What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? We are bringing you guys a new podcast. This is something different. We are online, so we're gonna bring more visuals and, of course, more guests. It's gonna be dope. Hopefully, everyone can be comfortable enough to say what's on their minds and be comfortable in their own setting enough to be able to do those type of things. But of course, we're gonna dive into it. We're gonna, of course, tell everybody a little bit about ourselves. I guess I'll go first since I'm doing the most talking right now. I go by Kate Tweezy. You can follow me, of course. Both our names are at the bottom of the screen. I've been collecting the sneakers. I can't even put an exact year or a number of years on it, but I've been collecting, I want to say, since legit collecting since 2008. I have been, of course, liking shoes since I want to say 1999, where I actually got my first pair of J's handed down to me. I did not buy them, of course. Other than that, I'm a huge sneaker guy. I'm a sneaker enthusiast, of course, a Broncos fan, Dallas Mavericks fan, father. I don't get too much into it because we got a lot to talk about, a lot more episodes to go. So go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, it's good, everybody. I go by D Money, also known as The Soul Truth. Originally from Boston, out here in DC. Dang, let's see. I love shoes since, I've always loved shoes since probably around, I would say '06. Maybe '05, '06. I got my first pair. My first true love was the Air Force One. That was back in '05. I wasn't able to get them until 2005 when I went into high school. I wanted them in middle school, but my Haitian parents was like, nah. So I got them. So I got them in '05. But what solidified me as really being a true fan of sneakers, which I actually posted on my story not too long ago. I think it was just last week. That was '07 with the Air Jordan Aqua 8s, Air Jordan 8. Yeah, Aquas. But but it's funny, when I wore them, they weren't mine. That was back when I was sharing shoes with my boys. So we had those shoes. We had those. We had the playoff 8s, and we had a pair of all white Air Force Ones in rotation. Just like, whoever had the fit, they get that shoe, and just we had it in rotation.
I had to keep them Jones clean.
We kept them clean. We kept them clean. But I didn't start collect. It was weird, man. I didn't purchase my first pair of J's, real J's. I have to specify real J's. Okay. I didn't purchase my first pair of real J's until 20. It was either 2011 or 2012. Yeah, I think it was either 2011 or 2012. I can't remember which year it was. And it was the playoff 12. That was my first pair of J's that I purchased myself.
Let me ask you, do you remember where you used to cop the overseas shoes from? You don't have to say their actual like names. This is no promotion or nothing like that. But
it was. I don't even know if it's still a website, but I'm about to look it up now. But there was a website back when I was in college when
because there's one in particular, huge website that everybody knows about, but they revamped their website, so it's still there. If we're looking at the same one that I'm talking about, that website is definitely still there. It's just revamped.
So there was this one website. It's all okay. So there's this website when I came across it in college, my freshman year. It's called 23 is Back.
It's still there. It's still there. It's two of them. It's like two or three of them. That's one of them.
But yeah, that's the one I knew of. Oh my god! And the first pair of J's that I bought, I thought they were real. It was a pair of 6 rings, the bread colorway. The red colorway 6 rings. I was pressed over that shoe. It wasn't even a retro, but I was just pressed over that shoe. And then I didn't even know they were fake until it took me about 2 years till I realized they were fake. No one pressed me about it. No one said anything to me. I was rocking them with different types of fits. There's still throwback pics of me that's still online with me wearing them. I'm not going to take them down. I don't care. But yeah,
No. It shows the
but
growth.
yeah, yo, oh man, I did not know they were fake at that time until 2 years
but
later.
but I can admit, because like I said, that's definitely one of those websites. Another one says you name one, I name the other one. The other one is Nice Kicks. Nice
Oh,
Kicks
that.
is another one that sold those type of
Oh
sneakers. And they always had
man.
whatever you need in stock. But how they used
Oh
to get people back then,
man.
and we talking 2000s, before it really got big, was they would actually have authentic on the website. Like they will put 100% authentic and stuff like that on the website. So a lot of people would click, a lot of people would go full throttle just thinking they're getting legit sneakers. But in reality, whole time. So I know I've came very close to purchasing on Nice Kicks quite a few times, but of course I never got around to getting my mom to pulling the trigger. So I really never had to worry about it. But they definitely was out there getting people for a
Oh
while.
man,
They
that's
they, re,
crazy.
they revamped their website as well.
Those were the times back then. I remember working my little security job, and then boom, That's when I saw 23 is back. Copping them, thinking they're nice. Looking back at those shoes, it's so funny. Those shoes were completely off. The laces were off. The what else was off about the shoe? The what's that thing that they have on the sixes? The shoe. It's like
The spoiler on the back.
no, not the spoiler on the back. Um, it's in front of the shoes. I'm drawing a blank, but in front of the shoes, like you know how people like will take that off and put it in the front of the
Oh,
front
the
of
little the shoe
yeah,
cap, shoelace cap.
shoe case. Yeah, yeah. So that
Yeah.
was completely off. Like I remember, it was red. The real pair is black with the 23 on it, and then on the flip side is a Jumpman on it. The fake pair, my pair, it was just plain red. Like looking back at it now, yo, oh my, yo, I remember that shoe
It's
like it was yesterday. I love those shoes though. I
yeah,
did.
you would definitely look. I'm trying because I have one in mind, but I was not a big picture guy. I didn't take a lot of pictures growing up, so I was one of those guys like get the camera on my face. So I remember I had a pair of LeBrons. Was it the twos or I think it was the twos. I had a pair of no and the twos. I think it was I'm getting the silhouettes mixed up.
I know my
But
freshman year of high school wanted a pair of LeBron threes so bad, but that was a different story.
they some of the but I don't know if they still make them like this now. But I had a pair of UAs before, and it was these, and there was a pair of they were. Oh, I'm trying to think of the silhouette, but it was the one that looked like it was one of the early silhouettes. It had the one that looked like a robot. It had the lines going through them, but
Okay.
it was a black and red colorway, a colorway that I don't even
Okay.
think they made. I don't even think they made.
Okay.
And the crazy part about it was that, of course, I wore a size 12, but the shoe itself looked like it was a size 9. But I could fit it, which was weird. So I was able to put my foot inside of the shoe, and it felt like a regular 12. But if you put that shoe beside another size 12, it was like 2 sizes too small. It was crazy. I don't know how they was doing them back then. I don't know how they doing them now, but
Mm-mm.
hopefully they've upgraded and came a long way. Because back then they were horrible. I mean, of course we've heard stories
Yeah,
that they're A1 quality now, but
which is
I
great.
never know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. All right, so we're gonna dive into these topics. Of course, we're gonna bring out more topics. Of course, these are the topics that were thrown at us this week, so it's only right that we give y'all what was thrown at us this week. We're not gonna dive too far back unless it's a topic that we feel like we want to revisit. But we're gonna start off with these Air Jordan 637 hairs. Now I understand what Jordan is doing, Jordan Brand and Nike basketball, and how they're just trying to compete with the amount of kids that's coming out of the circuit, especially with the AAU basketball. They have so much going on, and I understand how they want to, because you can tell. Matter of fact, let's pull up a picture so everyone can see what we're looking at. This has breathable mesh, of course. You could tell that it has excellent grip on the court with how the sole is. I feel what they're doing. I like the 36. The 36 was actually a decent shoe. They actually have a Air 36 Bacon that Carmelo Anthony did.
Mhm.
That was crazy. I
That's
hope
fire.
they release that. I hope they release that. But I feel what they're doing with this as far as performance basketball wise, but casually for the guys in their 30s and upper 20s that's not playing basketball no more. What are we really going to do with this shoe?
Yeah, I don't know where direction they were going with this. I was even surprised that the first um, colorway that they're gonna drop is the hair colorway. Um, I like the hair colorway more so when they drop the hair sevens as opposed to the hair sixes. But
Yeah,
it just it's not a lifestyle shoe. You can't. There's no way you can make this work with a fit. If you can, I don't know. I can't see it. This is definitely a shoe that's more um, performance for basketball. Like there's no
yes,
way you could, and that's just how it is with basketball shoes these days. Now this is not like the the pinnacle error. Like I would say, like the pinnacle error for Nike basketball or just basketball shoes that you could wear lifestyle wise is probably outside of Jordans, of course, but it was I would say around maybe 2012, 2013 to about ooh maybe I would say my opinion maybe 2016 if and
now
that may I
I'm
think
a
that
only reason why I'm gonna argue that. Only reason I'm gonna argue that is because of we're actually gonna talk about one of the shoes,
that's fair.
but
That's fair.
the year 95 from 95 was a crazy year. Now we're talking from Charles Barkley to Jason Kidd,
Okay.
Michael Jordan, Gary Payton. Like it's so many athletes that dropped in the year of 95 alone. Like I could go 90, 94, 5, 6, 7. I could do that. And then I really have a crazy list. But if I just stick with the year of 95, all the CB 95s, Jason again, the Jason Kidd 95s. 95 was and now you're talking casually and perform. Now I take that. Now it's pros and cons. Now, so I like to contradict myself a little bit because casually, 95 got it. Because the
Mm,
shoes were crazy heavy. The
there we
performance
go.
wasn't all the way there. But now, casually, they're not. But the performance is 100% all the way there.
And that's why that time frame with
Yeah.
2013 to like
Yep.
2016, you get the
Yeah.
best of both worlds.
You're right.
Lightweight, looks good on court, looks good with the fit.
Yeah.
Streetwear, that was like the
Yeah.
pinnacle powerhouse that Nike basketball, they knew what they were doing. Other
Yeah.
competitors like Adidas was trying to be in the mix. There was no New Balance basketball then. That was out the question. No one was Puma's Clyde was not coming out then. Like no one was caring about Clyde like with Puma. So it was just that right there was just it outside of Jordan because everybody's gonna wear Jordans. But
Yeah. That's
as
true.
far as Nike basketball, like
Yeah.
that right there. So with these right here, it looks good. It looks comfortable. As far as like on court, I am curious to see how they will look on court. Personally, would I buy a pair? I Here's my thing, because of my line of work. If one of our athletes here has their own model of it, I'll go after that model. I'll go after that shoe. If it's with this model, I'll just wear it on court for work. But outside of that, I think I'm a pass on these. That's just me.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. But it's funny because now that I start to think about during that year span when KD was doing this thing, LeBron was doing this thing, Melo was coming out with his, CP was coming out with his. Now you mention that, and when you're talking casually and performance, Paul George, it's a lot of them. Like, 'cause I like the PG2s the best.
Yeah.
They it's a lot of shoes. Now that you mentioned, so yeah, I definitely agree with you on that point. New Balance hoops, they wasn't doing anything. I will say that during those years, but they had something to choose from. But it wasn't like they didn't have a brand of like New Balance hoops and stuff like that.
Right.
So I will agree with you on that part. But they definitely, these 37s, they gotta hopefully, you know what? Speaking of when you say, to piggyback off what you said about your team, how did you happen to catch the interview that BB had yesterday on Bleacher Report?
No, I didn't catch it.
He had a interview with one of the female reporters on Bleacher Report talking about
Okay.
his future. Talking about his future. So
Okay.
he wasn't too, he didn't say too much, like going into like this is what it is or this is what it's going to be. But he threw out other players' names who he liked to play with, things of that nature. So it's definitely a good look. I don't want to say too much because to lose him,
No comment.
man,
That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. Is no comment.
to lose him, that was suck.
No
So
comment.
all right, so we're gonna definitely keep the show moving right along. We're gonna dive into the next topic, and it's everyone's favorite guy, Joe Hebert.
My
He's
guy,
back.
West Coast Joe is back. He said y'all can't hold him. He's back with the resurgence. Oh man, if y'all don't know already, there's a guy named West Coast Joe, also known as Joe Hebert. That's his government name. Major crazy reseller. YouTubers have even gone out to him where to hold interviews with him. Different media outlets interviewed him as far as like his reselling is off the charts. Like you think that Benjamin Kicks or something, Benjamin Kicks got nothing on West Coast Joe. That's just facts. I'll say it right here. Facts. So
Wow.
so when people were trying to, and it's always funny because every single like video interview, his face was blurred.
Yeah.
You never knew what he looked like. It's just you always see like, just this guy, and you see the other person interviewing him, but you never saw what he looked like, and you still don't know what he looks like. Nevertheless, when we figured out what his last name was, because he always went by West Coast Joe, we figured out later on that his mother was a top executive over at Nike. And also, Joe used her account to start off his sneaker business. When news broke about that, there was definitely an outrage as far as that. People were speculating that he's probably the reason why that he was getting all these pairs through his mom, through Nike, things of that nature. Because he himself has sneaker accounts as well. He cooks heavy. If you don't know that term, cooking, it's just basically just being able to acquire multiple pairs of sneakers from one particular location, It involves bots. It involves a lot of technical terms that we will dive in later on in further discussion in future episodes. But it did not. At the end of the day, it was not a good look for his mom. So his mom, after news broke out about that, his mom ended up resigning from Nike. Mom resigned, and there was a bit of a hush about that for a little over a year. But until now, the resurgence of West Coast Joe posting a picture of him with a bunch of Nike Jordan. Yeah, it was a bunch of Jordan 1 mids. And basically he's just saying he's back. What's up? Come buy wholesale from him. Come buy in bulk from him. What's up? I don't know. So all you sneaker resellers out there, y'all been put on notice. He's back. I don't know.
Well, I do know one of the ways he was able to get like a shoe like a Jordan 1 mid was he's able to, again, well, he don't have his mom's discount anymore. But what he was doing, I don't know his new methods, but what he was doing, he was able to go in and get and use that discount, and we're getting shoes for almost like $80. So you're getting pallet loads, like $80 a piece, and then you're flipping them. Like that's pretty much what he got. He got pallet loads of boxes of shoes. So he has that connect somewhere still down the pipeline. That's what it looks like. And I don't know if he's able to use a discount. I doubt any store employee is actually enabling that, because that would raise the red flag pretty fast. I'm sure it would. Somewhere down in the system, I'm sure it would. But he's got a connection somewhere. It definitely shows. But Joe, I mean, at this point in the game, we have, a few pioneers. We might as well have a Mount Rushmore of reselling.
Damn. Damn, you gotta put 2J. You gotta put 2J.
Oh yeah, he's definitely up there. He's number one.
Especially from where he started. Especially from where he started to where he's at now. You gotta salute. You gotta salute. Yeah. Actually, I'm a fan of 2J's. I had the pleasure of meeting him and talking with him when I was at SneakerCon Dallas, the first SneakerCon to open since pandemic. And he's real humble guy, real cool dude. I got a couple of shirts from him signed by him. He's just a real dope dude. So, but he's definitely in Mount Rushmore of sneaker resellers.
Oh yeah, definitely number one. He should be the first person to come to anybody. I mean, it's a few, and then it's a few that's debatable as well.
All right, so we already know 2J's is up there. Who are the other three? Who would you put?
Personally, this is a personal pick of mine.
Okay.
I like Fine Line. Okay. I would throw Fine Line in there. Like Fine Line is a guy, he keeps it on the, like he don't showcase the way others do, but it's a guarantee that he getting his gonna be official. And you may have to, you're gonna pay, of course, especially if you're getting them months in advance. He get his months in advance. He getting them straight out the box. If you talk to him, he will FaceTime with you, show you getting your pair. Like he does the whole nine, letting you know that you getting the actual retail pair 2 months early. So he's one of the guys. That's why I say it's something that's debatable, because he's not known. A lot of people, he's not known. A lot of people don't know about him, but he's one of those guys that he gets every pair. He got his own website. Like he does his thing. But once you run across him, you like, dang. And then he's a cool, down to earth dude too. He's similar to 2J's. He don't brag. He don't boast. He shows his personal side a little bit. If you followed him long enough, you would have came across those type of things.
Yeah,
but for the most part, on his page, he got the box cutter, a box full of shoes.
Yeah,
he let you know, come get him. He had the infrared for us a while back, like, because I had one experience with him. That's why I think, like, in my one opinion, I bought the fives from him. Okay. I did buy it that was one shoe that when I seen the pictures, I immediately knew I had to get it. I see they ended up on this website. I got them about 2 to 3 months early. Of course, I paid the ticket for them.
Yeah.
They came, official tissue. I had no complaints. It was tracking number, email was good, customer services, like all of those things factor.
Yeah, they do.
Like
They do.
any
It's all part of the
hiccups,
experience. Yeah.
yeah, all that customer service, customer experience, like all of that plays a huge factor. And you're able to go to his website, secure transaction, you get a confirmation email, you get a tracking email, and they coming to you. And he got them in hand. It ain't like you gotta wait for him to get them from somebody else. He ain't gotta do nothing. Everything is right there in front of him. As soon as you place your order, they get shipped out the next day.
Yeah.
So something like that, I can vouch for and commend for. So I would throw him up there. Of course, like that's a debatable guy, but I would throw him up there. He would be. So I did 2 J's as 1. He would probably be 3.
Does Benjamin Kicks get any?
He's 2.
Benjamin Kicks. He's 2. Really?
He's 2.
It's
He got
crazy how.
He got a lot with him though. He got a lot with him.
He got a lot. I gotta think.
He got a lot with him.
Because before the recent news with him or whatever, yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree he's 2, especially since you have this kid who's over here, like while he was a kid, over here selling sneakers to celebrities. Like the fact that he got that network was crazy. Like DJ Khaled definitely had him. He definitely was on DJ Khaled's IG. You see Benjamin Kicks delivering him sneakers. That was before he was plugged in with Nike and Jordan. Like it was Benjamin Kicks that was fueling him shoes. He was also fueling like other celebs as well. He like Quavo, Antonio Brown. He had that whole Miami on lock. Like all the celebs. So as a kid, so it's just crazy. But it's interesting.
He's still going.
He's still going. He has not slowed down one bit at all. But it's interesting with now again it's rumored. We can't really prove if it's legit or not. But I mean with the whole recent thing about, he's allegedly was selling fakes. Or allegedly he was getting fakes, passing them off as real, and then just doing that with the upcharge.
We could say that about all 4.
We can.
So I didn't even really go and use that against them because we've seen videos of number 1 accepting. So we can't. we can't do that. So I want to agree. That's why he's number 1 because of his stature, like you said, the way he got there and everything he's done, his collection, his selection of shoes to choose from. Yeah, like it's bar none. Like there's nobody can compete with that.
Yeah,
and so I would agree with that. But yeah, we could definitely say that about all 4 because
we could.
Who knows? But that's why. See, now you about to make me change and put Highline as number 1 because I know because he shows me, hey, this is your pair that you're getting. So, and then even sometimes certain ones you can ask for a receipt. They'll send that too. That's why I say it's a lot that can go, like you can debate with it because there's some resellers that only touch 100s and that will do the deal with the receipt when they was emailing them, when they were sending the paper receipts, they'll leave it. They'll just use a black marker to take out their information.
Yeah.
So there's some resellers out there that I know that do their thing, and you know what I'm saying, they even like do the pre-orders because they know they can touch multiple pairs from actual Foot Locker finish line and so on and so forth. So
we're gonna have to revisit this. We're gonna revisit this conference. We're gonna revisit this topic
because it's definitely so many ways you can do that. So your top Mount Rushmore, y'all in the comment section, y'all let us know too. What are you guys' top 4 Mount Rushmore of resellers. You can go people that's still reselling, or even people that's retired. It doesn't even matter.
Right.
But that is a great topic. We could go all day on that one because we can name so many different people, even people that got caught up. Because if we say fakes don't matter, then we can actually bring in people that got caught up, that was doing their thing, that was really pushing, but they were pushing. You know what I mean? But they don't count, so we ain't gonna talk about that. Let's go ahead and dive into the next topic, which is I brought a lot of shoes to the forefront because I'm actually excited about these. And these are the Nike Zoom Flight 95 Mighty Swooshes. Now, the Mighty Swooshes thing. It's already been out because, like I said, we've talked before a little bit before we started. They had a Dunk Low, an Air Force One, and an Air Jordan 1 Low of the Mighty Swooshes. Like I tried to look up a few of those. Like I don't think they did promotion behind it like they're doing this Nike Zoom 95. And I'm actually going to pull a picture of that while I'm talking. But they have it come with a special box. It's coming with a action figure that's tied to the shoe, which look, they doing something that used to happen back in the day. Like back in the day, they used to release things like this. Look at that. This is what I asked for. It's what a lot of OG people ask for. First of all, you're giving us an OG shoe. First, that's number one. Kudos to y'all on that. This is not you're not saying the special box, but you're giving us a special box with this. So hopefully this ends up being a general release and a lot of people could touch. And I don't know, that might be a special box packaging, this Mighty Swooshes with the action figure, because I looked up the Air Jordan 1 Low and the other Air Force One. I don't think it came with a character like this with the Battle of the Dimension 6, because I think this is something dealing with Phil Knight. But the other ones had a special box. So I don't know about. I know it's a collection, but I don't know about the whole Mighty Swooshes thing. I know that's something that dates way back. But this shoe period alone, like you said, they dropped the Supremes.
You did.
We got the Supremes. We got the 3 of those. We getting the OG color that's coming out later on. We're gonna get the Mavericks colorway for Jason Kidd that's coming later on. Then we're getting this one. I don't want to go Air Max 95 crazy, but if they bring it, if they start, we already getting out. We got the line of Charles Barkley's. They gave us those. Yeah, we getting the line of Zoom Flight 95s. I appreciate that. I don't see them giving us the likes of the Duncans foams and stuff like that. I don't see them giving us what we really want. Like a lot of people want the old Flight Posits. A lot of people want the old Kevin Garnett's. A lot of it's certain, and all of those was doing that 95 era. Like it's certain, it's certain shoes like that we should be getting. And I understand like how they do, but even the retro Jordan colorways, like they tease you with something and then you give you something totally different. But with these, they hitting it right on the money. I'm appreciating it. So hopefully, like I said, it's a general release that everybody can get their hands on them. But they don't have a specific release date for these. But this is 2022. What you think about these?
I'm not crazy about the 95, the Flight 95. I was never crazy about that shoe. However, I do like what they're doing here. I do like the special packaging. I'm a fan of the Mighty Swooshes and what they've been doing. I'm a fan of the Air Force One that they made last year, almost a whole year ago. They came out last summer.
That pay is crazy.
That is wild. So I'm a fan of what they do. I do like they come with this collectible item. I feel like that's a nice touch, especially for people that are a fan of like Mighty Swooshes and what they're doing, or just like just sneakers in general, just like collectors in general. That's a nice piece to have, a nice touch, especially in the marketing sense. I don't think these are going to be general release. I think these are definitely going to certain certain tier zero accounts, like your bodegas, like your concepts. Maybe a couple stores out here may get them, maybe. And if I could pick a store that could possibly get these, Major. I think Major could get these. I don't know if anywhere else will get these. I don't see this shoe in the radar of Monier. I don't think Monier will get these.
Nah.
Somewhere could, but I think Major would get those over somewhere, in my opinion. And for those who don't know, if you're not in the DMV area, we're just I just mentioned like a couple of sneaker stores, retailer stores that are out here in this area.
It's funny that you say where they may release, because when they released the OGs, they were overseas only. We didn't even see them.
We didn't see them.
So the chances of us seeing these, hopefully this will be the US release. Let's just try to speak that into.
But at the same time, the OG, there's no way that you could just like have OGs and not release them at the US at all. I think it's just not our time yet. Because what reason would they have of not releasing OGs in the US? It just doesn't make sense, because the OGs, it's not like it's anything special. It's just, your typical, regular colorway from before. It wouldn't make sense. But the details of the box is crazy. Like that looks like.
Do you see the names of the characters?
Yeah,
the top dude. This is Swoosh Man.
Swoosh Man, yeah.
This is Swoosh Gone. This is Dr. Air. Oh, this is new to me. So this right here is going to have to be a must buy. Because like when I seen it, I was like, what is Nike and the Mighty Swooshes? Like when I seen this, I was like, hold on. Like it sounds familiar, but I'm not familiar with the characters and going fully in depth into this. So this is definitely something we can probably revisit this as well, because I'm going for these. I'm definitely going for these. And if I get my hands on these, we can definitely come back and talk a little bit more about just the whole Mighty Swooshes in general, because this is something that I'm pretty sure that they did, but I don't know if they actually really finished all the way through, because since they're bringing it back, I'm not sure, like, because this might be something totally new,
right? And I'm
a whole new edition.
And I'm pretty sure in like years to come, they're going to come up with a few more different pairs. As far as how many pairs in totality, I can't call it, but I think that they will bring out a couple more pairs that we wouldn't think of, because no one would ever think, oh, a Nike Zoom Flight 95 is going to be associated with this, particular branding for the Mighty Swooshes. Like that's just even though this is the year that again we've gotten a significant amount of 95s in 1 year. It's quite interesting. I like where this is going. This may be a shoe that I would get. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll definitely revisit this once the release happens.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the characters, because it's 6 characters on the box.
Yeah.
So by it being 6 characters on the box, like it was 2. We had the Air Force One. We had the Jordan 1 Low.
Yeah.
It's this one, which is the Air Max 95, and he is. As a matter of fact, let me look at it one more time, because on the shoe it says the Battle with Dimension 6, and it's just the all white character. But when you look at the box, so I guess that's Swoosh Man. I mean, that's the only person that it looks like. So
it's fair to say that we're going to get 3 more shoes, 3 more years of this. Fair to say.
That's what it looks like. Because if that was the first one that really, because this feels like some 90s type of thing. Like this feels like something that was old that they're bringing back. So if the Air Force One dropped last year, that's very recent. and that's
Yep.
I'm gonna look more into that one because I don't know if because I seen it came with a special box, but I didn't see a
Yep.
character that came with it. So then the Jordan 1 lows, we seen that. I think it's a blue one and a pink one, but I didn't see anything special that came with those. So that's
Yeah.
something we're definitely gonna dive into. That's why I just definitely like the open discussion because a lot of things can come from it. And we can kind of
Mhm.
dive into it a little bit. But we're gonna keep the show rolling right on along. So we got a couple more topics. I think we got 1, 2, 3 more to go. So I ain't gonna hold you guys up too much long. But this one is actually a good one. And we can actually bounce off and
Mm.
probably have to revisit this one again too.
Mm.
This one is who deserves the next signature shoe. And this
Mm.
goes from all brands, all genres of sports, music, whatever. Who do you think?
That, and that's a tough one, but I do think, and I'm going this. It's tough because the last known person that was signed to the brand was Jack Harlow. He was signed to New Balance, and he has a 550 that's going to be dropping soon. Um, it
Mm-hmm.
started off with the Friends and Family one, but there might be a general release version coming soon that I'm speculating. I don't know, but he does have a Family of Friends 550 that's coming out. Um, as far as and we know that DJ Khaled, he had a whole line of Jordan 5s that he's coming out, and there's going to be GR
Yeah.
versions of those that are dropping as well. Um, but yeah, as far as like who deserves a shoe, I would say, you know what? This just popped in my mind just now. Um, but I do believe now. I'm thinking NBA.
Okay.
I'm thinking NBA right now. Um, and I do believe, and that's if his trajectory is going, this is continuing to go upward. But I do firmly believe Scotty Barnes.
Really?
I'm going Scotty. Rookie of the year up in Toronto. I feel like now I don't know if he signed to anywhere. That I don't know if he signed to a
I don't
shoe.
think so.
But I could definitely see Adidas picking them up for a Scotty Barnes. If he's not signed, yeah, if he's I don't know if he's signed. Oh wait. He has a
Not
shoe
sure.
endorsement. It says he has a shoe endorsement with Nike.
Really?
So that's what it says here. Now this post was 9 months ago. So he has a shoe. He's signed to Nike. He's a Nike athlete. So it just all depends on what if they would give him a shoe. Now I don't know if Nike would give him a shoe. I feel like if it was Adidas, it may go quicker, but I don't know.
So
I gotta
he's
think.
actually he's with Nike and not Jordan Brand.
Nah, he's with Nike. They
That
will.
might be different though. Nike might treat him differently. Because I mean, when it comes to Nike basketball, now he might not have a signature shoe,
Mm,
but they're going to throw him. I don't even want to say PE. He might get a SE. Just something in his colorway,
mm,
but nothing. Because first you got to get a logo and stuff like that for you to get a PE. Like, because they put
mm,
your logo on your PE along with like it'd be the Jordan Brand logo on one side and then they'd have your logo on the other.
yeah.
But I don't see like I don't for him to be a household name that's going to come
That's
later
gonna be
on down
tough.
the line.
But you know what? I'm gonna retract my statement. This is who I think that deserves a shoe right now. It's between two people. I do firmly believe that it's either now one is signed, one is not signed. I do think I'm going NFL with my first name. I'm going Juju. I'm going Juju with the first one.
Okay.
Now he is signed with Adidas, but I feel like Odell has a lifestyle shoe. Well, he had an Air Force One. I
Yeah,
feel
Air
like
Max too.
that, and he got an Air Max exactly. So I feel like they should give Juju like I don't know, give him something like I don't know if I want to say like a superstar or a shelter. I don't know if I want to say that. Maybe they could give his own rendition of it or give him a forum.
Do you think that shoe would sell though? If they would put Juju on the shoe or like in a commercial, you think that would sell?
This is why I think maybe because of his social media presence.
Okay, that I don't know.
His social media presence is ridiculous.
Okay.
Like it is wild. So that's why I do feel, and so he has a following, and so that's why I do think that he would be able to sell shoes. I do think so. That's one. The other person, and I'm going based off of social media alone, like I'm thinking like just a marketing way. Jason Derulo. I think Jason Derulo should have a shoe. That's damn. Like his TikTok is ridiculous. There is no way that this man does not have a shoe.
I mean,
you
could put you could say that. You could throw that in there because of the stuff that he's doing. All right. Now the fact that I don't follow him nowhere, but I know about his following because
exactly,
it's crazy.
Exactly,
that's crazy because
exactly.
It is ridiculous because I've seen his name like just mentioned amongst the people that is like up there. So I that's actually a good. Those two solid choices. Now it's hard for me because every person that I thought of was signed. A lot of people are signed. They're just not making any noise.
Right.
But like for example, Wale had a couple already, but he was with Adidas. But you put Wale in a New Balance.
That would sell. That would make
I don't understand why not. You could put Big G in a New Balance. You ain't even got. You can skip Wale. You put Big G in a New Balance. Matter of fact, that's my pick. Big G for the backyard bag. You put that man. He's not big. He's not big enough. But that's a hell of a pick. He's not big enough. But even like that's because you got to go huge. Just like even like you throw out the name like Jason Derulo, and I say Wale, like they don't even compare. You know what I mean? Because Jason Derulo, that's he up there. So, and I went to like really local. So,
but even so, I do feel like that Wale. Yes, I feel like he would definitely sell like ridiculous numbers. Because I say this, they're not on the same. They're not on the same tier musically, but and what I'm about to say sounds a bit crazy, but I do truly believe this. I do truly believe this. If Pusha T can sell shoes, Wale can sell shoes. And Pusha T is my favorite rapper. He's top 5 to me, 1,000%. He's top 5, like 1,000%. But
Pusha T can sell sandwiches.
That's what I'm saying. He
sells sandwiches.
Wale could do it. Wale could definitely do it. Both local,
Yeah.
both well respected. Both have crazy sneaker collections. I remember because I follow his wife, and they were cleaning out their old crib when they moved. Um, and she was just in the sneaker room, just like, oh shit. I'm looking at like, what the hell? Like these, like just
It'd be
like,
crazy. And a lot of that stuff
just,
was copped here.
yeah,
That's why I wish we had. See, that's one thing that we don't have. We don't have like no documentary type stuff for here. Like whenever you look at a documentary video, even the old stuff, they're all in New York. You got a couple in LA, but they're all in New York.
Yeah.
Even the little small videos. And we don't have we have so much stuff that's happened here and none of it's documented. From the celebrities just being in line, standing like normal people that we could probably just refer back to now. You know what I mean? Just little stuff, just documented history. We don't. That's the thing that we don't have. And I had a conversation with somebody like that. It was a while back. I'm trying to remember. I had a conversation with somebody when we was talking about that. It was like we don't have nobody in this area that's just willing to. I ain't gonna say nobody because I'm one of those people that's willing to stand on and then represent for us. Because like we gotta have. We need that. You know what I mean? Like when it comes down to it, like we are that silent. That's the silent city that starts a lot, and a lot of our stuff gets stolen and branded elsewhere. And Jim Jones in New York is a prime example.
Jim Jones.
Prime example of that.
Harlem. He'll still step outside in Harlem. He's right there. Yeah. He's a prime example.
But I respect it all day.
He's still tapped in with one of the sneaker stores, GBNY.
Yeah. I seen him the other day. It popped up because Instagram got all the suggested posts and stuff that be popping up now. He came across one of those shows. He was standing behind the shelf showing the shoe. I forgot what it might have been that one.
Yeah.
Like, hey, like do your thing. I mean, that's what's up. I mean, I do it the right way, but you seen the clothes he had on too, though, right? Yeah, leave it right there. I believe it right.
Man,
there.
my God, be drippy. I'm a Jim Jones stan, so I ain't nothing bad he do with me. He all good in my eyes. He all good. Yeah, that's my guy, Jim.
Him and those white Nike boots.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Yeah, he did his thing. Balling, I give him that. But we go because I'm a huge. I don't know if you remember that post. When what was that freestyle I had posted recently with was it Cameron or was it
Yes, you posted.
It was Cameron.
You posted a Cam freestyle.
That was the best 16 I've ever heard from Cameron my whole entire life. Easily. I don't care what greatest hit you throw at me. That freestyle was the best I've ever heard that man rap. Ever. All that goody goo goo, hootie ha ha, all of that.
Oh man.
What is there to understand? We're rapping. What is there to understand?
All right.
Because if you're supposed to rhyme goony goo goo with something else,
who can do it?
He didn't. He tried. He tried. But that's another conversation too, because I'm very critical of them dudes because I was around guys that listened to him, and I was that one dude just in the corner like this. Like, what are we doing? Like, can we turn this off, please?
That was an error. That was a move.
It was. He started a lot. He got everybody wearing pink.
Put everybody on. Yeah.
He did a lot. Now, as far as culture, I'm not gonna take nothing from him. Give flowers where flowers is due. But I'm gonna talk about shit as well. Cause it didn't age well. I'll just say that. Didn't age well. I was ahead of my time.
I guess. Maybe I'm still
Moving on.
behind. I don't know. Maybe I'm
No,
still
no,
behind.
I mean, I ain't gonna say that. I mean, because
I don't know.
I'm not that guy that's riding around bumping Kendrick and J. Cole neither. So
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
I mean,
J. Cole's on a J. Cole's on an F. Actually, both of them is like I gotta be in the right mood. I can't.
I would pick Cole over Kendrick just because of the vibes, that he gave me. Kendrick is more of the I'm not going to put him in no category. J. Cole is just more of my type of vibe. I'll say that he's just that guy I can just listen to. It just like Cold World was a dope album.
Cold World's dope album.
I can let that play.
It's tough because I'm a fan of Forest Hill Drive. I mean, that's my favorite Cole album. And then my favorite Kendrick album is what's the name of that
I don't
album?
even have one.
It was his first album. It was his first album. Wow, I can't even remember the name of it. I'm bugging right now. Now I'm about to look.
I couldn't even tell you. The only one I know is because I've seen it the most, and I was damn. And I know that's probably his recent.
That's not damn. Oh, Good Kid, Mad City. There we go. That's my favorite Kendrick album. Good Kid, Mad City. That was his first studio album before the mixtape.
That might be something I need to revisit. I probably need to go back and take a look.
That's my favorite one. To Pimp a Butterfly is cool. It got some hits on there. But I don't know. But if I was to take my favorite Cole album, my favorite Kendrick album, it's interesting because they both like tell a story. So it's just like that's tough.
That's why I just went with the vibe a little bit more. Because I get where Kendrick comes from. Like and I'm with it 100%. But Cole, I can just let the piano play, you know, and just let Cole ride. Like that's my vibe. That's the first thing that pops in my mind. Like when I hear Cole, this is piano playing. He doing his thing.
I gotta really sit and think about that one. Between those
you can go back. You can definitely go back and forth. But I just like when you as soon as you said I got to think of my favorite Kendrick album, instantly I was like, I can't even think of one to even tell you. To put it this way, I don't even know what album my favorite Kendrick track is on. There you go. so that'll tell you. So that'll tell you where I'm at with it. without going too far. But we're gonna keep it moving because this one is one of my favorites. One of my favorite. I can't even. I want to say my favorite brand, but I cannot go that far. So I'm gonna just say one of my favorite brands because it's right there. New Balance, Kith New Balance 40th year birthday. It's their anniversary, but it's their birthday, and they got 4 models dropping. Now, me personally, I'm excited. I would honestly say I'm excited about all 4, but I could care less about the 9. Now they all are 990s. So if you haven't copped any of the recent Teddy Sanchez drops, they actually come with cards now. They come with like small little retro cards. So it gives you the line. Wow. Yeah, it's dope. It gives you the whole line of all the 990s, so you won't get them confused. So the ones we're looking at now, these are all 990s, but the first one is the V1, V2, V3, and V4. Now the V2, the V3, and the V4, they're kind of very similar. The only difference with those is the upper, where the end is. Yeah. That's really the only difference because they got a couple of more slashes. I want to say holes, but slashes.
And the toe boxes on both of them are just like slight differences.
Yeah, it's real slight.
If you don't know New Balance, you won't know the difference.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like if I was to show both of them to my parents, they'll just be like, "It's the same shit."
That's 100% correct, especially if you're just looking at the toe box. That's why I'm kind of glad they gave us the side view because you can
Yeah,
really see it with the side view because it's different shapes.
yeah,
Because if you see with the toe box at the bottom end, you can see it's completely different.
yeah.
But these four is dope. Now the V1, I don't have any V1s in my collection. I can sit here and tell you that now. So that V1, sometimes that makes me want to get a shoe. But to be honest with you, the only reason why I have a V2 in my collection is because I wasn't able to get the V3 when it was available to me. So the V2 is dope, but I'm proud to say I got one. The comfort level was there. Now I will say the heel is see, this is something I definitely want. I would love people to try to get a feel of and try to feel for themselves because the comfort level is great in all of them, but of course, all of them are different in their own right.
Yeah.
The 990 V1 resembles the 574 the most, so that gives you the most comfort fit, like all around comfort fit. The V2 is dope because of the heel. It gives you a little bit more cushioning on the heel. As far as the back heel, it gives you more up, but as far as the heel, when you push down, it gives you more there too, because that's where the absorb technology and everything started to expand. And once they went to the V3s, which is the blue one with the blue toe, that one's more of a running shoe. That one's more made for running, but it's cool with the comfort. The comfort ain't there. So it's like if you were to wear the V3s all day, you would probably take those off. Not feeling like a Jordan was on because Jordan's hurt, but they don't hurt. But it's more so of a shoe you would just wear for a few hours. Same thing goes for the V4, but the V4 is a little bit more comfortable than the V3. They don't have the V5 on here, and the V5 is actually the one that I'm currently wearing. That's actually my everyday shoe, and the V5 is comfortable. It's 100% comfortable.
Mhm.
Then Teddy Sanchez is giving us the V6 later on this year, and I'm cool with it, but the silhouette is throwing me off a little bit. It's a shoe that I'm gonna have to see in hand, and unfortunately, there's going to be a shoe I'm gonna have to buy just to see in hand.
Right. I know for me, I've jumped on late to the New Balance wave. Growing up in Boston, even though the headquarters are in
I
Boston,
can't
it was
believe that. I'm still
yeah,
shocked every time you say that. You in Boston?
it's in Boston.
I'm
New,
shocked.
New Balance is not too crazy in Boston as it is here. So,
It's crazy.
so I jumped on the New Balance wave late, very very late. I probably only had one pair growing up, if that. But other than that, like I didn't get my first pair of New Balances until I would say, I had already graduated from college, so it would have to be either 2016 or 2017 was when I got my
Okay.
first pair of New Balances, and they were actually a pair of 574 S's. That
Hey,
was
look.
yeah,
I commend you for that. First of all, it was later than most because most is it's been within the last 3 years. So I
yeah.
commend you for doing it back then, and I commend you again for picking a 574.
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about.
that was my first pair, and it was not even, and I got them because the color was dope, and it wasn't even like a crazy collab or anything. It was just like got it. It was on sale on the New Balance site, and then I was just like, yo, these look fire. Different design because it's not the regular 574. It was the 574 Sport, so it's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was just like, you know what, these are fire. Let me cop. So I copped them for cheap because they were on sale. And then when I got them in, when I threw them on, I was like, oh shit, yeah, this is comfortable. I fuck with these. So I rock with these. So I'm a wear them. Um, so I'll see what's up with New Balance for a little bit. Those are my only pair for a while too, until about maybe, what was the second pair I got? Oh, the DC version of the
That's a good pick.
992s.
That's a good pick.
Yeah,
That's a good
that
pick.
was my second pair of New Balances, and then from there on, a couple of New Balances was picking up slowly. But yeah, like the ALD New Balances. I got a couple pairs of those. So yeah, those are. But as far as these right here, I am interested. I'm definitely interested in the version threes and the version fours. Um, the version ones, I'm kind of cool off of. They remind me similar to a 574, like the original ones. They remind
Yeah.
me a little bit of that. That's I don't know how the comfort would feel on that. And as far as the version two, those are slightly better, but I don't know if I'm gonna rush to go get those. I know for the version three, version four, I'm curious to see how they would feel. Again, I don't own any 990s, so I'm
Hmm.
curious to see how they will feel on foot. I do want a pair of. When I was ready to actually buy a pair of 990s version 5, they didn't even have version 5 out in stores no more. It was already time for version 6, and I'm just like, I don't know if I really like version 6 like that. I like version 5 better.
Yeah.
So, they're not in stores no more, so I can't even grab me a regular pair of those. But
That's
I am curious to see about those though.
I'm curious about the V5s because I'm sure I can find you a pair of V5s at the store. I know, actually, I
Yo,
know I can find you a pair.
maybe I just went to the wrong one because I tried to go to like where did I try? I tried to go to Eastover.
Really?
I went to Eastover. And was I in Eastover? I was in Eastover and I was in Shoe City in Eastover.
Really?
And I didn't see him. I didn't see him that day. I didn't see him that day. I saw version 6. This was when was
V6
this?
not out yet. V6 not out yet. So you might have seen
Oh,
V5.
maybe it was a V5. Okay, maybe I got to double check. But it
I
didn't.
happen to have a V5 within reaching distance. So this, hopefully the light adjusts correctly. That's a V5.
So
You see how the side panels, there ain't no cuts, there ain't no slits on the
so
side
maybe
panels.
so was it a V5? Maybe it was a the V5s are cool. Maybe it was a V4 I was trying to get that. I don't know. I can't remember. I really can't remember. But I am curious to see how these will look. And I am thinking about, just getting me a pair of just gray ones. My girl's gonna clown me because she's just gonna say I
That's
look
all
like a
right.
mo. She's just gonna say I look like a mo.
No, that's funny.
And
No, that's funny.
and then that's it. But
But
hey,
hey, look, hey, you take that as a compliment. Hey,
man,
thank you.
that's
You
it.
said thank you.
That's it. Shoot. I got no problem with that.
These New Balances are definitely going to be dope. And if you are looking for these New Balances, definitely be on the lookout because the V4s, which is the gray pair on the far right, drops June 15th. The V3s drop on the 16th. The V2s drop on the 17th. And the V1s on the far left drop on June 18th. So all of these are literally within 1 week, a week in a day. So
Yeah.
they don't have exactly like a list of store dates of where you could get them from, but of course, this is Ronnie Feig and Kith, so you do know they will be on Kith.com. So let's just hope some stores just happen to drop these because I think we said earlier, I know Teddy Santis, his dropping stores, but we don't know about Kith and Ronnie Feig. I think his is more exclusive to the brand, and they'll be on the store only. They may be undefeated or DSM. Like who knows? I don't know. I don't know. But I just feel like
Yeah.
as of right now, it's going to be Kith only. But
Yeah. I can say it like that. Yeah.
we're going to move on to I think it's going to be the last topic of the day. We're not going to hold you guys up too much longer. We're going to go into, which is actually a dope topic. We can bounce a lot of ideas off, and it's funny that we kind of on the same page with this. But what is your sneaker of the half year? Can't say the full year
So
yet because we're only 6 months in.
6
But what
months
is
in, a number of sneakers dropped.
a lot?
A lot of sneakers dropped. I do want to say that I do want to say that ALD cheated in a sense where they had a pre-order for a whole year, and then
Oh, okay.
the
The
sneakers was
650s.
able to
Okay.
drop, and then the
Yeah.
sneakers drop now this year. So does that count in a sense? But who knows? I possibly because the
I would
general
I would
public still got that shit.
I would say yes. And the only reason
Okay,
why I say yes is because there should be more 650s dropping this year.
okay. They
Hopefully they
did
don't
drop,
pre-order to 20 to 23.
and they did come out. They did come out with the three colorways: the white and green, the white and black, white and gray,
Hmm.
and then another colorway came out, which was the white and red, which was
Hmm.
not for pre-order. That was general release. And I feel like there was another one too after that. Oh, there was a white and navy also.
Yeah.
So, but that is not my choice of sneaker of the year. I think, even though it's a fire shoe, very very fire shoe. I was one of the ones to be able to pre-order. My opinion.
Before you say your shoe of the year, because I see
Mm,
where you're going with this. With the 650s,
mm.
I will say this. There's going to be a 650 that you like better than the ALD.
Okay,
Watch.
okay, all right. I'll s-
Watch.
I'll see. But with my sneaker of the year, I'm going to take it. And it's crazy because even though I am from Boston, this has nothing to do with my Boston bias because it's just like a fire shoe. But we're taking it back to Boston with this one. Shouts out to the team over there. They knocked this one out the park. Like they done pretty good collabs as well. Oh, that's another New Balance that I have. I have one of theirs, but I forgot all about that one. I haven't even worn it yet.
Which one is that?
They came out with the Forbidden Fruit. It's a
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a
Forbidden
good, that's
Fruit.
a good pickup.
Yeah, I haven't even worn them yet. I just realized. Like,
That's a good pickup.
yeah, man. So, but that kind of if you hadn't known already with my Forbidden Fruit, mentioning, I'm going with Concepts, and I'm going with their Air Max One collab. I'm going with the second pair, the heavies. That is my shoe of the year. Now, I said second pair because not Complex, Concepts actually dropped three Air Maxes around the Air Max Day, Air Max month. And so those are it right there. And that's just a beautiful, beautiful shoe. Oh my gosh, just the details on the box. The shoe itself, it's a lot going on. It's a very busy shoe, but it just all flows. Every shoe is different as far as like how the denim is from the toe box to like the upper itself. Every shoe is unique. You will never see the same shoe like from as a pair, and also if someone else was to have a pair, it will not look the same. So that's pretty dope
Hmm.
right there. The guitar pick was really nice because the whole thing that they were trying to do with that, because they came out with the mellow, they came out with
Yeah.
the heavies, and then they came out with the far gone, and they were giving that like Woodstock '70s vibe with it. And back then in the '70s, a lot of acoustic guitar was being played. So each one of those shoes comes with a guitar pick. This one, the second pair of the three, is the only one to have like a metal guitar pick as opposed to the plastic. Um,
Okay.
and I
I didn't
just
pay
love
attention to that.
I just love I just love these shoes. All three of them come with three different laces. You got your standard white lace in all of them, I believe, and then you have, depending on what color the tongue is, you're going to get you're going to get that color lace, and then you're going to get a velvet version
Mm-hmm.
of that color in all three pairs. And
Love that.
if you have a pair of those, immediately switch to that velvet lace because it just makes the shoe just 10 times. Oh my
Got to.
gosh! You
Got
have to
to.
put on that velvet. It just makes the shoe look
It don't even matter if you don't like it. Put them in there anyway. Just put them in there. I couldn't.
So much
Now, I know this is supposed to be like somewhat of a debate. we're supposed to go. I'm supposed to pick something else or say why I don't like this one, but I'm gonna have to agree. I have this shoe. I got lucky. Shout out to Concepts because if it wasn't for you guys, no, I think I got them more undefeated. I think I got more undefeated. Shout out to them though, but I hit on these and it's the only one I hit on, the only one I was fortunate enough to hit on, and I have to agree with literally everything you said. This shoe is just beautiful. It's beautiful to look at. No matter what you throw on, it will match with it. If you throw on denim, you're fine. If you throw on fatigue, you're fine. If you throw on just black, you're fine. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. And it gives you so many nice touches to the box, to the floral Nike sign. Unfortunately, they put it on the inside of the shoe and not the outside of the shoe, because that would have been so much better. To the satin insole, to pretty much to the sparkle midsole as well. When holding that shoe in hand, you can barely see it in the picture, but holding that shoe in hand, that outsole, it's not really yellow, but it has sparkles on it, like little speckles on it, and it stands out, and it's a great shoe to just look at. Like, if you see somebody with that shoe on in public, you're just gonna look and be like, man, like that's a dope shoe. Or if you walk in someone's collection and they got that shoe, that's probably going to be one of the shoes that you just pick up and like, if they haven't seen it before, they're going to be looking at it. If they haven't seen it in a while, they're going to still pick it up. That shoe is one of the shoes that's going to stand the test of time. It's one of the shoes that we're still going to be talking about for years to come. These Air Max is topping the Air Max Bacons, the Air Max, the Neons, like all of the Air Maxes that has dropped. And I'm not even the Air Max guy. So for me to be speaking this highly of Air Maxes is crazy. I'm not even the Air Max guy. I don't have no Air Max 1s in my collection. None. This is actually my first and only. I did, shout out to the sneaker guys, I did end up getting early access on the Nike by You Air Max 1s. Unfortunately, it didn't ship yet, but those are probably my favorite Air Max 1s. At the side of these right here, these is definitely number 2. So I only have a top 2, unfortunately, and it's these right here. If I had to do a top 3, it would be the other one, the Mellows. And the way they did this is like, I have no complaints about a shoe. Normally, you will find something to complain about, but I can't find anything to complain about. And I seen that you do know a lot of information about this shoe. So is there anything, do you know about the crescent moon and stuff that they put on the tongue of the shoe, on the toe box? Do you know
that detail? I do not know about, because as you can see, it has the star, the crescent moon, and there's something else on the left side. I just can't remember off the top of my head. And the denim on this one is a bit too light on that part to fully see to remind me what it was. But yeah, again, I just feel like it just goes back to that error. That error, as far as, that's my hypothesis, that's my guess. I don't know, but. And if anybody in the comments do know, then definitely throw it in there for sure. But just going back to the details of it, it's just crazy because you got your fatigue, you got your denim, you got cow print, you got floral. It's just insane. Like, even in the outside check, you got the white, yellow, and orange swoosh. Giving it, if you go to the back, you got bandana orange.
Yeah, that orange.
That orange pops. Like, it's only in that back part. It's only there. like just that back tab part, but that orange pops. You could definitely throw in an orange fit and it'll go smoothly with that. It's a you can't go wrong with this shoe. And another detail with this one compared to the other two that dropped is the tongue itself. This is the only tongue that has like a leather tongue esque as opposed to the other two. The other two tongues are velvet, the
Yep.
same type of material as the alternate laces. But yeah, for me, like out of that three, that would be my number one. The third one, the Far Gones, would be my number two, and the Mellows would be number three. I'm fortunate to have the second one and the third ones. And I'm still debating if I want to go after those first ones. I probably could, but I'm still debating.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence. But aside from that, it's just a nice shoe, perfect for the summertime. You can get your wares out of them during the summertime. Definitely,
Mhm.
I'm a huge fan of Air Maxes. I love Air Maxes. Um, as and out of like other Air Maxes that came out around Air Max Day, like
Mhm.
they knocked these out the park. Like I mean, I was
Yeah.
lucky enough. I got the Bacons. I got the anniversary. I got the Obsidian ones. Like
No,
I got Air
anniversary
Max.
pair is a good pair too.
It's a nice pair, and
It's a nice pair.
and they are coming back out. They are coming back
Okay.
out with the Air Max One,
I got a
and
newfound love for Air Maxes, man.
so yeah. So if you didn't get a chance to tune into sneakers a couple months ago, they did do a segment on Air Max Ones, and they are going to be bringing back the original Air Max One
Yep.
with the big bubble on it. So they're
Yeah,
bringing
that
those
bubble is
out.
huge.
So they're bringing back out. I think they're bringing it back out for the next Air Max month. If I'm not mistaken, that will be the Air Max for Air Max Day. If I'm not mistaken. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that. I'm definitely going to try to get those for sure,
Oh
for
yeah,
sure, just to bring back, just restore the backs and
yeah.
restore the feeling.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
definitely. I seen the. Unfortunately, I actually ended up seeing that same sneakers episode, and that was around the time where they was actually having people join in hopes of something dropping. So I was tuning in to pretty much every sneakers episode in hopes of something dropping. But after I think the last thing that dropped really was the Jordan 1 Bridge. They did a shock drop for the Jordan 1 Bridge.
they did
Like
do that.
this was a while back, and they done had
Yeah,
all of
they
these
did do that.
episodes and had all these episodes that never dropped the shoe since. So everybody's been
Yeah,
upset because
but
that's what they're tuning in for, honestly. But
yeah, they
it's
did tune
they
in for
do a
that drop. Yeah.
they do a great show. They give you great history, especially the one they did with the Cortez. That was a great show.
I missed that one. I do gotta catch the recap on that one. But yeah, I did
Great.
miss the Cortez episode. But they do have amazing content. I mean, shouts out to the people over there um, that are part of the DNA portion of Nike. It's just like a lot of history. A lot of things were done in that room as pertaining to like the production of shoes. It's like in
Yeah.
that room itself is like a sneaker museum. Like
It's definitely dope what they did with this shoe. I love the I never touched. This is, by the way, I just noticed that the symbol was also on the box,
yeah,
so you can
symbols on the
really
box. Yeah,
see it right there. But
yeah.
another
There we go.
concept, another thing that they did was right underneath the collar. It's concepts written in there going across the
Hmm.
heel of the shoe. And
Yeah,
that was another touch. Like everywhere you look on the shoe, it's like they did something to just make it different,
yeah,
and that's what drew me out of there. Like I love different. I love when they step outside the box. And another thing that you was talking about with the museum thing is it's crazy how the amount of shoes that they go through to test before the actual
yeah.
finished product. Like it's crazy,
Exactly.
like the amount of test shoes, the amount of shoes that they just got sitting that can't nobody touch. They got to wear gloves to touch them and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Like
that's how old they are as well. It's just like the amount of samples. The amount
Yeah,
the
the
amount of
samples.
wear tests is just insane. That's why there's just like so many. Oh, it's a great room. Hopefully I'll get the chance to be able to go there myself one of these days. We'll see.
Oh yeah, for sure. One day, that's just definitely gonna be a plan because like we was talking about just little events and like little going to exhibits and like the
Hmm.
Virgil one and things like that. Like
Yep.
those are things that's next on the list. Like just going to
Yeah.
exhibits, the shows like Complex Con is definitely one thing that I definitely want to hit up one year.
Yeah.
Definitely going to
Yeah.
LA
For sure.
to do that. It's just the little things like that is definitely something that's definitely next on the list. And I feel like even the weird testing and stuff like that for Nike, I don't see how that's not possible. I feel like
Hmm.
that's something that is possible. We just gotta you definitely just gotta know the right person. Like I feel like
Yeah. Definitely.
that's something that you gotta know the person to be able to be like, hey, I
Yeah.
know this
A
guy
wear test. Yeah.
yeah. Even if I mean that's how you get your foot in the door in most places.
That's
I
true.
ain't even
I tried to be one. I tried to apply. I tried to apply to be a tester during
Mhm.
pandemic. Like I tried, and it's funny because I applied for footwear and I applied for apparel. I got accepted to apparel, and they emailed me, but afterwards I just didn't hear anything back. So I don't know. Footwear I got denied. They sent me
Okay.
that. They sent me that rejection. Like maybe it took a little bit for a response. Maybe like 3 weeks or a month, but yeah, I got rejected from footwear, but I got approved for apparel, but I never got anything. So I don't know. I'm gonna try again though. I definitely want to be a tester. I definitely want to get all the. I want to be the first one to see how these are.
Yeah. That's and and that's all the part of unfortunately because I am gonna say unfortunately that's just all a part of having love for a brand.
Mm,
Is most brands don't have love for you in return. That's just the
that's
sad
true.
truth
That's
about it.
true.
That's the sad truth
That's,
about it. So we definitely go out of our ways, break our necks and backs to try to purchase product.
brand
And
loyalty.
in return, it's just like can we get what we asked one time? Like, can we meet in the middle somewhere? And that's all the part of the petition that I had did.
Yeah,
Let's just meet in the middle, like where everyone wins. That's all That's all it's about. Like it's not about taking advantage of one another. None of that. If we're asking for more, we will pitch in on our side and give more. So
that's
it will
it.
work out. Those were our topics for today. It was definitely a lot to go around, a lot to add in. I'm pretty sure as we go along, like I said, we're gonna probably have a few guests on as well. So more ideas and topics gonna be bounced off. So we're gonna be a little bit more structured as far as time goes when we're
Mhm.
talking about when we're talking about an actual subject. So I'll probably have like a little timer or something going in the background so we don't go overly on a topic, but sometimes it's good because it's genuine and direct,
Yeah.
straight conversation. So
Mhm.
I don't like to cut it short all the time. But today is June 10th. This was episode 1. We do not have a name for the podcast, unfortunately. You know how that goes. So any thoughts, ideas, anything that you guys can think of course, the comment section is always open.
Just leave it
Open
down
to
there.
any criticism, anything you guys want to throw out there, any ideas or topics you guys want us to talk about, anything of that nature. The comment section is always open. Of course, if you don't want to throw it out there and be public with it, the DMs is always open. Both the Instagrams is down there floating across the ticker at the bottom. Of course, you can just go ahead, of course, give us a follow. Then go ahead and do your thing. You send us any ideas, anything you guys want us to talk about, anything like that. Of course, we're going to top into it. Or even on top of that, guests. You guys got any guests or anything like that in mind? We can go down that route as well. Of course, it has to be mutual for a guest to come on, but everywhere a lot of people
Mutual
like
and actual knowledge. Like
yeah,
some type of
that too.
knowledge.
Yeah, that too. You're not just not gonna have just any old random person up here just saying anything. You're absolutely right
Yeah.
about that. Anything you want to end off with?
Nah, man. This was again first episode, first of many. Definitely follow us. Definitely, if there's any topics you want us to touch on, definitely leave it in the comments below. Definitely follow our pages as you see on the bottom. Yeah, man. This is the first of many. Um, and then yeah, we're gonna keep it rolling. We do got some good discussions coming up soon. Just know what the both of us bring to the table. We got some good topics coming up, lined up. Um, we will have some guests come up here, like Tweezy mentioned. So yeah, if you feel as if that you have something to bring to the table, if you want to debate one of us, then come right ahead. Or if you have some like legit knowledge, as far as like what it was like being like a store owner, store manager, or if you were part of the corporate side, we would love to hear your stories as well. Because I already know, and I'm gonna just say a future topic is definitely gonna be the store managers.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
Tweezy has a strong. Man, my AirPods went out, but either way. But yeah, I already know that you have strong feelings towards these store managers. But that's a different episode for a different time. We're gonna let him say his piece on that and that whole thing. We're gonna let him say his piece.
And they everywhere.
But until then, just thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for hearing us out. Just follow us for the ride.
For sure. If you like you said, if you guys anybody want to get on, definitely tap in. And I feel like tapping into a lot of the just the people in this area. Just tapping into a lot of people in this area. That's one of the focal points. We definitely gonna tap in to get this area on. So if there's anybody that's outside of the area that we don't know directly, definitely reach out so we can tap in, shine some light on you and yours, get some people, get some eyes on it, all that good stuff. So again, if you guys but I don't know if I said it already. If you guys need a title for the podcast, you definitely need a title. Let us know what you guys think. Of course, you guys already know what it is. I'm your boy King Tweezy. This is episode 1, and we're gonna holler at y'all on the next one. Peace.